Hello everyone, welcome back to Carl Fix. This is a follow-up on the first full month with solar on my house. If you've not seen the previous videos about the install, the apps and whatnot, then go watch those videos on the channel. But basically I had a 3.6 kilowatt system, 8 panels, 3.68 kilowatt inverter and a 5 kilowatt battery installed for approximately £6,000 around 6 weeks ago. So this is my first full month from the 1st to the 31st of May of having solar, and we're going to talk about what it cost, how much I've used and how much I've saved. So this is my install here if you've not seen it before, but we will skip over to the window of my Octopus app and have a look at the statistics. So here you can see the export amount, 5.6 kilowatts, and I think it's approximately around £1 worth of actual money back into my pocket. I only actually got export authority towards the end of May on the 22nd or 23rd of May. And since that date, there's not been one sunny day here in the UK. I think the only sunny day we've had was yesterday, the 2nd of June. Other than that, it has been overcast for nearly all of May. We've had the odd few days where it has been sunny. So if we skip down to the actual usage chart, you can see my bill for May, £39.94 plus standing charge of 65p a day, which is roughly £20. So you're looking at, say, £60 for my electricity bill from the 1st to the 31st of May, which is a massive saving on what my old bills used to be, which were pre-solar, were around £180 a month. So to put that into context, I've saved roughly £120 on my electricity alone this month. And here in the UK, if you're from the UK and you want to know about this channel, and you want to know how solar panels perform in the UK, you know what it's been like this month. We've had a couple of warm days, but it's been overcast, cloudy, grey, rainy for a lot of May with the odd sunny day mixed in. And as you can see from the usage chart here, if I go back to the kilowatts, you can see I've used 227 kilowatts in total. Obviously, I am on Octopus Agile, so my price fluctuates up and down depending on what time I use electricity. So the peak times are probably from 7 in the morning to around 9 in the morning, and then 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. when you get a spike, which is usually around 30p per kilowatt, which is obviously more than most people's fixed rates or variable rates, which is why you then use your battery over those periods to try and cover that spike. Being it's been May, a lot of the days we have had battery to cover those spikes, but some days have been raining, overcast, awful days, and we have not been able to charge the battery enough to cover those peak times between 4 and 7. Me, having a wife, 2 kids, we still need to cook and eat in those periods. And obviously people shower and whatnot usually not in that period, but just after. So after the sun's gone in, basically. So this £39, this 227 kilowatts, we're still getting used to the load balancing. Me, myself, I'm fine with it, but getting the missus into the gear where she's not getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and banging the washer on or putting the dishwasher on late at night and running it overnight, which isn't so bad because the electricity is cheaper, but we could do it in the day when the sun's out and we're generating a bit to reduce them costs further. So yeah, there's still things to be done to improve that. I'm currently not force charging battery at the lowest rates, like overnight. Generally overnight, the rates on Agile recently have been between 12 and 14, 15p overnight. Personally, if it's them amounts of money, I don't see the point in charging the battery. You may as well let the sun do it in the day, or if once it's charged from the sun, just export. Like, I don't see. I know it's still cheaper than the tariffs and that lot. And when we get to the depths of winter and there's really no sun, I probably might look into charging overnight so we can use it in the daytime and to cover those peak hours. But at the moment, there's usually enough charge in the battery to cover those peak times. And I know this is getting a bit technical, but really, to get the most out of your system, you need to learn what tariff you're on, when are the best times to charge, discharge, and when are the best times to put your high usage appliances on. It really helps you drive down the cost. And it's something we're still getting used to as a family. Like I say, the weather in the UK has really been poor. Overcast, especially for this late in May, and we're now into June. We've barely really had any sun. It's just been maybe between 12 and 16 degrees, overcast, grey, raining, poor weather for this time of year, really. So I'm hoping when we get into June and July, I can really drive this bill down. And bearing in mind, I've still theoretically saved £120, even on I would what call is an average month here in the UK. So hopefully June, the weather will really pick up, get sunny, and I can see this bill here below £20. And then obviously my export cost, my export as well, be 4, 5, 6 times as high as that with the sunny days and a full month's usage to drive the bill down even further. If I could get the bill down to under £20 and then try and get this export up to £20, looking at obviously a zero bill overall. I'm on fixed export of 15p per kilowatt, so every kilowatt I export I get 15p for. I don't want this video to go on for too long, so I will end it here. But this is the kind of savings you can make on a modest solar system in an average month in the UK. So 3.6 kilowatt and only a 5 kilowatt battery in a 4-person house where we were using 6,500 kilowatts per year, which I think was around 500 kilowatts plus per month. And this is our first full month in an average month with half the amount of electricity we've used and more than half the bill. So that's just something to bear in mind. If you are looking at it, it does take some effort to get used to it. You need to be on the right tariff. You need to be using your electricity at the right time, load shift. But you don't have to spend £20,000, £30,000 on a solar system with all the most fandangled technology and a huge battery system, to me, to get a huge benefit from solar, especially over these summer months and even over this overcast May. We've saved a huge amount of money in 1 month. So I'm going to leave that with you there. I'll update with you in June, when I hope I've driven these bills down to less than £20, and hopefully including export, we can get it to zero or even a profit. Would be brilliant. I'll see you on the next one. Let me know about your own solar systems in the comments, or if you're looking at getting one, if you've got any questions that you want to have answered, drop them in the comment and I'll try and get back to you and answer them. Peace.